Okay, good morning. First of all, before starting my lesson, I just want to extend my apologies. Please accept my apologies. I can't turn on my camera because whenever I turn my camera on, it makes my internet connection unstable. And also, I'm just having a fever. Maybe I will be coughing um, occasionally during the session. So please accept my apologies for that also. So let's start with today's session. Will- or we will be discussing in part two of leadership and management module. Okay. So there are some journal information, submission format. I will just, good morning, Keith.
Morning.
Okay, Keith, I'm just going to start with the brief of assignment. So today we are just going to start. I will explain you assignment two. I will explain that how you're going to conduct this one. So introduction we have already done in the part one. We will not be wasting time on this one. These are the same for all the assignment. Yes, we'll talk about the submission format. In this assignment, you have to produce two pieces of document and our evidence. Number one is a presentation, and the second one is you are going to prepare the report. Okay. And in presentation, you are going to create 12 slides. Okay. And it is not including cover slide and bibliography. These will be separate slide, but your content slide should be on 12. Okay. And yeah, there will be some speaker notes also there. And I will be using Harvard referencing. And if your referencing is not accurate, then it will be considered really escalate the issue of plagiarism. For the both evidence for your report and your your presentation, word limit is between 1500 to 2000, but for sure you will not be penalized for going under and over word limit. So Harvard referencing system, you need to consider this one. You make sure whatever the source you are taking, there should be author name. If there is not author name, then it will not be considered authentic source. So yeah, these are some kind of the reading websites, textbooks, journal and articles. Okay, so you can read these resources to do your assignment. Scenario we have already done it, but I will be opening my Word document scenario. What says? Okay, I will share that document because I copied this one on the document. Just give me a sec, please.
Okay.
If you will have any question, just stop me in the middle and then I can brief you that. Okay, then and there.
Mhm.
But hopefully it is a easy part. It's not very difficult. Okay. Yeah. So can you see this document? It says scenario.
Oh, yes, I can see.
Okay, that's great. So according to your scenario, you are working in Michael Page company. So what you are supposed to do there for this assignment, part of this assignment, you have already done the research or following on from your research on leadership and management in action. So your role is as a training executive search consultant. So in this task, you are requested to take part in a presentation. So you will be conducting a presentation or preparing a presentation to potential client in a micro page with other trainees to produce comprehensive motivational strategy. So you will be working on two pieces of evidence. Number one is a presentation. Number two is a motivational strategy. Okay. So it should be, I think, so 15-minute presentation in small groups. I don't know how you guys going to conduct it. So I think so management, they're going to give you the guidance on this one. So then this will be followed with the creation of individually created motivational strategies. So two things you have to create in number one presentation, and then your guys are going to create motivational strategy. Okay, I'll come back to motivational strategy later on. But in motivational strategy, you are supposed to consider financial and non-financial incentives for to manage the successful performance and unsuccessful performance. So we can use these kind of incentive to manage both kind of the performances. So you have to include these two elements in your motivational strategy. So as a part of your activities, what you guys are going to do, you are going to make a presentation, sorry, and you will be including some kind of speaker notes in your assignment. So your assignment is divided into two parts. This first part is talking about the presentation. Okay. And underneath there is a grading criteria. Okay. For sorry, I go uh, learning outcome last to learning outcome number. Presentation part is basically focusing on learning outcome number 4. Apply leadership and management approaches to managing performance to ensure continuous improvement. So you will be talking, or in presentation, you will be focusing on performance management, how you are going to managing the performance, how it will ensure the continuous improvement in the organization. So there are the three grading criteria related to this part: P6, PM5, and D3. So when we talk about P6 apply to a range of business situation, appropriate leadership and management approaches for managing performance and continuous continuous improvement. So in this case, we will discuss, there will be some kind of the theories. We will go back to that thing. But in that theory, you will be using that theory for different situations in different businesses, okay, which are appropriate leadership and management approaches for managing performance and continuous improvement. So you will be talking about leadership and management approaches, and you will be what kind of the leadership and management approaches you will be using to manage the performance and continuous improvement. And then you will be taking the example of different business environment. So this part will be dealing with that one. Then you will be doing, if you want to reach to M5, then you are going to assess the leadership and management, and D3 I will be explaining as we'll go along there. Okay, come back to our task. This is your actual task in the presentation, what you will be doing. For P6, if you want to achieve P6, which is very important to pass your assignment, you will be giving introduction of motivational theories. So you will be including both content and process theories. These theories are used to for the performance management. And sorry, you will be used. Yes, of course, these theories are used for performance management. But in the first part, you will be going to give the introduction to motivational theory, including content and process, performance management, and continuous improvement. So you are giving the introduction of all these part, performance management and continuous improvement. Then whatever the theory you have used over there, you will be using these theories in different business situations, okay? And you will be relating how it will helpful or can be used for the performance management in the organization. So you are giving the basic example of application of performance management approaches. There are different approaches we use. So you will be using those approaches, but you will be using in the different business environment. Maybe you can take the example of two business situation and where you are going to tell how we use in different business environment, how they can be helpful. Okay. So P6, if you want to change, then you have to do these two parts. And then you will be doing the assessment of leadership and management approaches and theory, the content and process theories, which you have already mentioned there. Then including their role in supporting performance. Then you will be connecting with you. First of all, you are doing the assessment, pros and cons of using these different theories for you can relate back to your points here. Anyways, I will explain these one. To achieve M5, you will be doing assessment of leadership management theory, and then you will be relating, discussing about their role in supporting performance, how these theories are helpful in achieving the organization performance or employees performance. Recommendation of how the above could improve continuous improvement and performance. Then at the end, you can give the recommendation based on your discussed management theories, content and process theories. So be based on that one and whatever your example you have used there, assessment, you are going to make a recommendation that how these can continuously improve your organization. So maybe you are recommending one of the theories, which one is the best for the certain organization, or maybe you can give used or how they can improve the performance in the organization. So from either angle you can use, you can give your recommendation. Is totally up to you. So I'm going to give the structure of the assignment normally as I do. Mm, Let me stop sharing this one. Okay. Heike, can you see this document?
Yes, I can see.
It's assignment structure. First one is the present. Estimated work. This is not a fast rule. You can adjust about you want to. First thing for KP performance management and continuous improvement. So definitely an importance of motivation is maybe 2 lines, whatever. You need to adjust your word limit now. Overview of content theories. Maslow's and Hasberg's. You can use any of these, and but there are many other. I'm not. I'm just giving example, but there are many other in your PowerPoint slide. You can use any of them. Overview of process theories. Then you will talk about the process theory. Then you will be giving the explanation and do your defining what is the performance management and continuous improvement, link between motivation and performance management, because you are using these theories, so you will be linking, if we're using these theories, so how this motivation helps to increase the performance management. Okay, maybe you can give the example of any organization or the organization of the scenario. Michael Page, you can take that organization, or maybe you can take any other organization. You can give the, if you will be giving the example of the real organization, that it will make your argument strong. You can make the link between motivation and performance management. How motivation, if you are increasing performance, how it will help to manage your increase the employee and to keep or increase the performance and productivity, which ultimately lead to increase the um, quality standards, or then you can link toward the organization. It can lead toward the employee's performance and maybe towards the um, towards the organization performance. But this P5, you are basically talking about relevant theories and framework used for managerial performance. and how you will be bringing the continuous improvement in the organization. So in this P6 is related to that one. Then performance management approaches. What kind of the approaches are there? You will be talking about that one. You can give the real life or hypothetical example showing how companies use different management approaches. Okay. This is also not D3. This is P6. Okay. So you can use performance management approaches to manage the performance. You can use appraisal system, you can feedback system, you can set smart objectives for employees' performance, performance related rewards. These could be monetary and non-monetary rewards. We have already discussed in your PowerPoint slide. You can even talk about these one, how you can use these rewards to manage the performance. So you will be using, so these are different kind of the approaches, but there are many approaches in your PowerPoint side. These are just example. I'm not saying to copy these ones. You can use some of these, but you can take some other example from your PowerPoint slide. Then you are using, talking mainly your focus is and how you will be using these approaches performance management in organization. So you are taking the example of some companies. In this company, they are using reward system, they are using the appraisal system. So how it is helping to manage the performance. So this part is basically help you to show how performance management tools support leadership and continuous improvement. Basically, it will help focus on the continuous improvement. And then you will be giving some kind of the evidence or examples here. So basically, this is an application of these approaches. Then leadership and management approaches. If you want to reach to M5, just to pass the assignment, you have to focus these two parts. Okay. But if you want to reach to M5, then for this thing, you will need to discuss leadership and management approaches to performance. You are talking about the leadership styles and management or leadership theory, style or theories and management theories. These are some kind of the theory. You will be giving a kind of brief overview of this one, of these theories. Okay. Okay. So in this part, so you are not just explaining and giving the overview, but you have to give and some kind of test. Yeah. So when we talk about this, maybe you are talking about how different style impact more motivation in the organization. This assessment, we are talking about the positive style of any of these styles, management or leadership style and management theories, and what are the negative sides of these theories used in the organization on the motivation and performance of the employees and organization. So you need to do conduct some kind of the assessment. In this case, you can take some kind of the example from the real life example. You can give the organization examples or some scenario case based example you can use, and then you can talk about the suitability of different style in business settings. So which kind of theories or which kind of management or leadership theories or styles are suitable for what kind of the business style. We have discussed in very detail in the previous sessions and in previous assignment also. So but in this part you will be explaining the theories, then you will talking about the how this gonna impact on the organization performance. You are talking about the positive and negative, I mean pros and cons. Then finally you are telling about which one is the suitability of different style in business setting. So you can choose one of this, one of the or two organization. So taking those organization and based on that, you can tell for which organization which leadership style is going or management style is going to be suitable and why. So basically, in this, focusing appropriately given performance. In this whole assignment, we'll be thinking the thing. Okay, then last part is you are talking about the recommendation. If you want to go for the distinction, then you will be talking about the recommendation. You can give a summary of the findings in the slides or in this part of the slides. And then you are recommend the strategies, what kind of the strategies the above you have used. Then you will be recommending which strategy is most suitable for the continuous improvement and the motivation. Okay, either you can recommend from the above and you can give the reason, or if you find whatever the example you have the organization used and there are some kind of the areas where they are lacking the motivation or performance, then you can give the recommendation how they can improve the performance of the organization, or what kind of the management or leadership strategies, or what kind of the approaches they can use to enhance the performance or ensure the continuous improvement. So just focusing on that one. If I will go detail of this part, I will presentation part. So you will be definitely you will be explaining how leadership and management style are used to improve performance in different business situation. But you will be talking here content theories and process theories. And then you are when you are talking about the application, you can take the two business example or situation, real or case based. You can take any of them. Explain which leadership management style fits best and why, and then you can show how this choice lead to performance management. Maybe whatever the leadership and management style you are choosing, maybe in one of the choices you are using the coaching style that boost skills development, targets boost results, whatever it is. So you are going to connect this one, how it is leading toward the performance improvement if you are using any of these leaders, whatever the leadership and management style you are using. So how they are going to lead with the performance. So this is going to be the application. So this is the detail if you want to know about these one. So you can use real companies or make a realistic example. It is up to you. So try to compare approaches. This is an example how you are going to compare the approaches. Sales-driven businesses, a transaction leader may be best, but in a creative agency, transformation leader is more effective. When you will be having deeper knowledge of these theories, that is transitional and transformational, then you can further extend your answer why. In sales-driven business, a transactional leader may be best or most suitable. Then further you can give the reasoning why, because of this and this, because this leadership style or this yes, leadership or management style is focusing on this one. In sales environment you need this kind of the traits, so this leadership style are going to help this way. So you are going to make the connection this way. Okay, so further expanding that one, you can do that one. Then you can assess how leadership and management approaches for managing improve performance. You are doing the assessment in this part. Go beyond just describing leadership and management. Whatever the theories in previous part, you just describe them, what these theories are. Now in this case, you have to do the evaluate. How leadership styles help performance improve over the time. Okay. So about the pros and cons of different leadership style, as I already explained. You will be talking about these one. Then you are going to show how these styles create systems for continuous learning, feedback, and improvement. Then you can talk about how it will help in continuous improvement. Okay. So link this to performance data, employees development or invention. So you are linking with this one, the employees performance. If we are using this leadership style, how, I mean, there is a training and development, it will be helping employees development, or this leadership style is focusing on innovation. So it depends on whatever leadership style you are doing. So these are the example. Give your own opinion based on pros and cons, and there is zero of your justification. So then you can give which one is the best one uh, to use for the certain environment, whatever the example you have choose, or example of the company, which theory is best to use for that chosen organization, then you are going to give the reasoning also. Okay, so there is some kind of the example how you're gonna do this thing. And if you want, this is for M1, M5, sorry, merit. For distinction, I have already told you you are going to make the recommendation. So practical recommendation. At least 2 to 3 practical recommendation you are going to use. Either you can tell them what kind of the um, um, approaches they need to use for the continuous improvement, but it should be based on your chosen strategies, sorry, theories, and based on your chosen organization. What is best suit for that your chosen organization? Based on that, you are going to give a recommendation. This is we have given just example, but it doesn't mean this is going to suit for your company. So there are many approaches you need to see in your PowerPoint slides or book reading. Then based on that one, you need to see what is the most suitable for your chosen organization, or which theories are more suitable. Based on their theory, you are giving the practical recommendation. For example, you can use 360-degree feedback to improve employees' performance and continuous improvement. You can done monthly performance review. You are setting more transparent goal setting processes to enhance the employees' performance. So what you are going to use, or for that organization, which kind of the approaches they need to use. So you are going to give them. So you need to then discuss how these will lead to better outcome over the time, not just for the quick wins. So you are going to talk about this one, okay? Okay. So now we are going part two. Okay, from the PowerPoint slide part. Keith, do you have any question from the PowerPoint slide part? Hello, can you hear me, Keith?
Yes, I have no question.
Okay, that's great. Okay. So can you see this document now? Assignment document scenario?
Yes,
Okay, now we are heading to the second part. You will produce an individual comprehensive motivational strategy that include both intrinsic and intrinsic motivations. Then apart from that, you have to consider the social, culture, and organization variable. So, sorry. Sorry, I'm having cough. So basically, you have to create a motivational strategy, but if you will keep going and if you are creating the basic, so there are the some element you need to consider intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, and some other element, social, cultural, and organization variable. So you have to consider this one. But based on these element, they have divided these element. When you will be keep including the different elements, then you will be achieving the different assessment criterion. So I will explain you in a bit. It should be clear how the strategy support the achievement of organizational objective. When you will be designing your your strategy, you need to consider, or you need to link how the strategy support the achievement of the organizational objective. Okay, so you need to ensure that thing in your strategy. In the strategy, ensure that the link between the strategy and enhanced organization performance is evident in relation to the chosen business. Whatever the business example you are going to select, so you need to make sure that your strategy is linked with the organization objective, and it is leading these it is leading toward the enhancing organization performance. Whatever the strategy you are leading designing, number one, linked with the organizational objective, and number two, it also makes sure that it will enhance the organization performance also. Go back to the grading criteria. So this part will be addressing strategy will address learning outcome number three. So to achieve P5, if you are creating a basic motivational strategy for an organization, but you are linking this one with the organization objective. You will be designing organization strategy and you are telling how it is going to link or we will be helpful to achieve the organization objective, then it will be sufficient for P5. But if you will include in your organization strategy, if you will design a little bit deeper, and you will be using intrinsic and extrinsic motivational factor, that how you can use these factors to enhance the organization performance and plus same time to achieve the organization objective, then you will achieve M4. If you want to achieve the distinction, then you are going to consider other factors also apart from the intrinsic and extrinsic motivation factor. Then you will be considering addressing all variable of motivation to enhance organization performance. What is meant by all variables? Over here they talked about social, culture, and organization variable. If you want to achieve pass P4, P5, or you just want to pass, you are just going to make the mm, basic motivational strategy where you are linking it with the organization objective. Okay. And maybe you are linking with how it will be helpful to enhance organization performance, then you can pass. If you want to go for the merit, then you will be including intrinsic and extrinsic motivation factor in your motivation strategy, then merit. But if you are considering the social, culture, and organization variable also in your motivation strategy, then you can reach to distinction. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, so let's explain the structure now, and we'll explain in detail how you're going to do it. Sorry, I'm having very bad cough. So first I'll brief it, I'll explain the structure briefly here. Then for the detailed thing, how you're going to do, we'll go to the second part. One, maybe you can go brief intro to choose the context. You was about that business context. Why motivational strategy is needed. So from that context, organization purposes, you are going to discuss we need a motivation strategy for this one, for this organization for the purpose of to manage the performance, the retention of the employees. But based on that company, for what reason you need in that company, you are linking with that company. Objective of the motivational subject strategy, because you want to achieve the business goals. I have already told you you have to link with the business goal. Then again you need to see what kind of the business goal that company has. Then you want to link these one with that one. I suggest you after section A, you bring the section D after this one. Okay, section 1, then bring that section D here. Linking motivation to organization performance. Okay, then bring this one. What you are going to do, actually, you are going to show how the motivation strategy improves productivity, retention, and engagement. You will be explaining how your motivation strategy is going to improve the productivity or retention or whatever, how it is impacting the organization performance. Okay, but based on your chosen organization. You can use support academic literature to validate the approaches. So maybe you can take some kind of the motivation strategies here and you can link there. And then you can say references here. What kind of the strategies, motivational strategies or motivational theories you can use over here. Maybe Harrisburg, Mintzberg, anyone's you can use. Then you can talk about, you can link this one to organization objective. Maybe what your organization objective is to enhance. If you take the example of Michael Page, this is a recruitment company. So their organization objective would be increase recruitment. You are recruiting more people for the more company. So maybe their organization objective is this one. So then you are linking how the your chosen strategy is helping to achieve this organization objective. Maybe one of the organization objective is to increase the sales. So maybe you are using the motivational strategy in which you are setting some kind of this incentive, monetary incentive. You are when you are increasing the monetary incentive, and then your salespeople or they are going to work hard and they will try to sell more, then it will help to increase the sales of the company or meet the sales target. So this is how you are linking with the company's or organization performance. Let me show you another example how you can do the tabular form. uh, okay, I will show you later on how you can do in the tabular form also. Okay, then you are going to do motivation strategy. Um, you are taking the motivation strategy, then you are linking that motivation strategy with the organization performance. And then the third part is you are if you are using motivation strategy, if you will include intrinsic or extrinsic motivational factor in your motivation strategy. If you are talking about intrinsic mean your inside things which are motivating you or inspiring you for insight to work better. So meaningful work, autonomy, so mastery, you are giving them training and development, giving them expertise, you are giving them independence, you are giving them meaningful work or the work which they are interested in. Okay. Maybe at some work they have done loads of work and they are doing the repetitive task. They are getting bored. If you are changing their work or giving them the more targets, then they become more motivated. And then maybe you're using some kind of appraisal kind of thing. So these things motivate them internally. Extrinsic motivator, external side, you are giving the salary benefit proportions. These things are also helpful when you will be including these elements, and you are specifically mentioning here segregating. We will be using these motivation intrinsic motivators, or we will be using these extrinsic motivators for this organization to enhance the employees' performance, to increase the sales, to increase the recruitment. So in that case, you will be achieving the M1. Okay. But if you want to achieve the D part, then you will be talking about the social culture and organizational variable, including that one. You will be considering the cultural norms, your diversity consideration. So every person who is working there, you are including their cultural norms in their in your strategy. Is in your strategy aligned with their social need? Maybe they need for example, when you are talking about the social thing, maybe you are developing the team environment where they can social with each one. Okay, so you are focusing on human element this side. Okay, so these kind of the dynamics. There is if there are socialization is there or people are working in the team, so it also motivate them and they can perform better. Then you are linking with the performance and then organization thing. And then organization variable, you can talk about the hierarchy, structure of the organization, team dynamics, and you can talk about the leadership styles also, how they can link with them. If you are talking about these one, hierarchy, this one is not suitable, or this organization structure is more suitable, more motivated. Maybe you're using a structure where is a team-based structure. So team-based structure, the people are more empowered. They are feeling more motivated. They feel more part of the team, a part of the organization. Then in that case, they feel more motivated. Then it can impact on their performance, productivity, which ultimately leads or connect to the organization objective or organization performance. So you are going to include these elements. When you will be including these elements in your strategy, then you will be achieving deep. Okay. So you can see how strategy adapt to these factors. So how you will be addressing these elements, social, culture, and organization variable in your strategy. Then you need to design include in your strategy. So basically, this will be a very well-rounded strategy when you will be including all these elements. So in other words, we can say this is a comprehensive motivational strategy because it is addressing basic motivation strategy. Then it is talking about intrinsic and extrinsic motivators also. Then it is talking about other factors which can motivate the organization. If you are considering the employees culture, you are celebrating their days, you are celebrating their successes. If they are special festival days like Christmas, like Eid, like Indians, Holi, Diwali, whatever. So you guys are giving them days off or such kind of the thing. Then organization variable, you are considering what kind of the organization or leadership or management style is more suitable. Then you are considering the team environment where people can socialize. So when you will be including all these things, so then it means you are designing a comprehensive strategy. Of course, you will be linking it with organization performance and of course the organization performance because all these elements definitely lead to the organization performance and management. It is up to you if you want to do at the end, you can do at the end. If you want to do just P, then you can do the part one, okay? And then you will be doing the part D. But when you want to, if you want to M1, then you will be talking about the intrinsic motivators. And if you want to talk about D, then you will be talking about social culture and organization variable also. So I think so you can follow the same sequence. This will be fine. Okay. Detail motivational strategy. Okay. So to achieve P5, you are going to produce a motivational strategy for an organization that support optimal achievement of organization objective. So you can introduce a basic motivational strategy. Okay. So you can make a basic motivation strategy for Michael Page or any other organization. It is your choice, whatever you want to choose. Then you need to see what kind of the objective that organization has. Okay, you can take from the vision and mission. We talk about many times. There is a vision, mission, and then there is an organization strategic goals. Maybe they want to increase market share, they want to increase their sales, whatever their goals are. You need to see the goals of the organization. Then you are going to link how this your motivation strategy is going to achieve those organization goal. Maybe organization goal is toward the better performance, higher retention, or maybe they are focusing on innovation. For example, Google, they are focusing on the innovation. So how you are going to make the what kind of the motivation strategy you are going to bring. Maybe you are empowering people a lot. You are developing the trust culture. You are developing the team environment to work there. So you can use that thing. Maybe you're using, so again there is a reward system, mix one, financial, non-financial. Okay, you are giving them the feedback, you are setting the goal with them, you are having the recognition system. So you can use, so these kind of the things you can include there. So for P5, so these are the example, you can read it yourself. If you want to go for M, I have already talked about, you can talk about intrinsic and extrinsic element. If you are including these element over here, use of reward, and you are segregating that what I'm using intrinsic, we can use intrinsic and extrinsic motivator, then you are talking categorically mention which intrinsic and which extrinsic motivator you have used, then you are connecting this one how it is going to helpful to achieve the organization goal and maybe for the employees performance also. Okay, then read it yourself. Then in detail, you are talking about the for D1, you need to consider the culture, social, and organization. So basically, if you want to reach to the D3, you are creating organization strategies which is well-rounded and considering intrinsic, extrinsic, cultural, social, and organizational variable. So you can add these one here. Okay, you can read this one. There is another document I will share with you. Okay. So I said level 4 strategy. You can use this one document. It can give you even the further and deeper understanding, or maybe it can help you to design your own assignment structure. Okay, just bear in mind when I give you the assignment structure, I rest is upon you. You have a freedom to design your assignment structure, how you want to structure your assignment, and word limits, how many words you want to use, in which part you use, you can do that way. So you can talk about, you can do this way also. But there is another very important thing which I wanted to talk about. Motivational factors, strategy plan you can make in a tabular form also. What kind of when you are in strategy, what you will be including. Regular praise from the manager, monthly bonuses. So this is your basically strategic plan. Then you can talk about intrinsic and extrinsic element. Then variable, consider what kind of the variable they are considering, organization, social, culture, organization. Then how it is going to impact on the business, how it is linking with the business business goals. So you can do in the tabular form also. See how it is, how easy it is. And then you can leave this one with the strategy also. Business objective is increase sale. So then you are linking this one. If you have motivated your employees, then how they are going to increase, or how they are going to helpful to achieve the uh, um, organization or business objective. Motivated employees sell more through bonuses and recognition. Happy and well-trained staff treat customer better, improves customer services. Employees feel supported, so they stay longer. Reduce staff turnover. Diverse, skilled staff represent the brand positivity, so enhance brand image. So you can read this document also. So there is another way to do your assignment in a more like what you can say, effective way. Okay, so if you talk about these social, culture, and organization factor, so in this document I mentioned in detail. So you can take the example what is meant by organization factor, culture factor, social factor. If you will read this document, that it gonna give you a further better understanding. Financial, non-financial incentive, intrinsic and extrinsic motivator. So what kind of the motivators are there? And some examples are there. They are talking about what kind of the theory you can use, and then you can support your arguments there. So you can look at this document also, okay? I hope it's not confusing.
Okay. No, it's not.
Okay, so I will stop recording now, and please stay with me. Then I'll share all these documents in chat so you can download and you can start working on your assignment. Do you have any question so far?
No, not no. I have no questions right now.
Okay, so I'm going to stop this one. So today we have done the assignment. We discussed part 2 of leadership and management assignment. So in this one, the name of the title of the assignment is presenting motivational strategy. So we have discussed this one. There are the two, you're going to produce presentation, your motivation limit is between 1500 to 2000 for both documents, for pieces of evidence. And for assignment, again, so PowerPoint slide, there shouldn't be more than 12 slides for the content slide. but it is not including front cover or bibliographic slide. So the rest of the thing, you have to read all these guides before submitting your document, plagiarism policy, okay, submission format, okay. And I suggest you, when you will finish your work, you have to make sure against this criteria you have included everything in your assignment. Wherever you want to reach pass, merit, distinction, then according to read these grading criteria and compare your work against this criteria, and then ensure that everything is included before the final submission. So I'm stopping